for Chicago the last couple of days. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he finds Montgomery complete. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down. Back to throw here. And he'll look downfield for Waller. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. That's caught by Montgomery, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
16 yards, a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
The ball carrier.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
For the first time with Kareem Hunt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Hunt. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown.
Eric Ebron, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
Well, on for the
and what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Chris Boswell set to kick.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 76 yards. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
Harrison Butker.
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived? Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch.
Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. His throw incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
Incomplete. That is 3 plays and out.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken at around the 40. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
10, Eagles 7.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the...
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Derek Brown. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
4th and goal.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
It's just me and you.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Tack McKinley. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
They'll start with the option. Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
11-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. To throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Donovan Peoples-Jones. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. It was 3rd and medium. They popped the short pass, looking to pick up the first, accomplish that mission, and then they accomplished a lot more on that mission all the way for the score.
Let me focus in on one word you used, pop, right? They popped the short pass, and then what happened after that? They popped the big run. Because now, once he caught it, didn't have anyone else in the vicinity to bring him down, and he takes off, and he kept going. Nice gutsy call, even better execution.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
2nd and 3.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown, Chicago! Darren Waller, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Makes the score Bears 17, Eagles 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And he'll find Hall. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
1st down, Philadelphia.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Quickly completed to the right flat. That catch good for only a couple. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
40-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3rd down.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Finds his target, Montgomery. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Montgomery. And the Bears are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Bears, first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll go with the keeper, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback taking it in, and the Bears will add on to their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Bears 24, Eagles 14. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
third down. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 35. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Darren Waller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Bears 31, Eagles 14. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Babies cry all 60 down. Tighten up. Street. You can choose a light.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. So they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his 1st. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 4.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he finds Montgomery complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22.
Bears, first down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run with Montgomery. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Third and goal.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on third and goal from the 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. So Montgomery denied on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
At his own 4-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
Barr brought him down.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
The 22-yard line.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. This thrown quickly out to Cooper. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Check 50. Check 50. Check, watch it.
They run again with Hunt. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there and a first down.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, what was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They're going to look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. But it'll be second and goal.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
2nd down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Pressure gets to him again. Solomon Thomas able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
The pass.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Chicago, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Detroit on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.